Hi guys, happy Monday. Hope you're having a good one. I can't believe that the 4th of July holiday is in like 1 week. Oh my goodness. For us over at the university, that is a big day because we will have the, actually the 4th won't be so big. It will be the 1st is when we're having the big show and fireworks shebang in the stadium. So this week's going to be a pretty busy week for us over there at the university and special events, getting everything put together for that. So I hope you guys had a great week, and I hope you were able to put in some serious stitches into your projects. This one's going to be short because I left work and I was like halfway home from work when I realized that I had left Pansy at work. So none of that today. So let's just give a look. Okay, the progress report. On Sunday, I started working on A Little Love from Lizzie Kate. And I didn't get very far on her, but I didn't give it a lot of time either. So I just did the little cute little underscore thing there, and the V, and part of the E. So that was my Sunday stitch, and that's really all you guys get to see this week. Because like I said, I accidentally left Pansy. She's one of the Nora Corbett pixies. I accidentally left her at work. So you guys will probably see her next week, because this week will be the last week stitching on her, and then in July it'll be back to the Santa's Village, and that's that. So back and forth between those two. Back and forth. Back and forth. Here a little, there a little, here a little, there a little. Anyway, so that is that for stitching. I did on Pansy, I got put in her legs so I know how long she's going to be from the bottom of her dress to her legs. And then I started working on her dress on her, well, it's her left side, but if you're looking at her, it's her right side. So started working on her dress coming down there. So hopefully, I would really like to get the left side of her dress done, but not real sure that's going to happen, simply because it is a busy week. I need to get out to the ticket booth and install computers so we will be ready to sell tickets for Stadium on Fire, all that good stuff. So there, that is that. Right, stash acquisitions. When I was driving home, I thought, oh man, I didn't do anything this week. I was really good. And for the most part, I was really good. But I did get a couple of things in the mail. I'm just going to show you the front of this one. This is Donna Cooler's Cross Stitch Christmas. I had to buy a couple of things off Amazon, so I bought this as one of their, $1 books, used books, plus $3 or $4 shipping. So anyway, $5 used book. I flipped through it, and honestly, I don't think there is anything in this book that I'm going to stitch. So it was kind of a gamble when I bought it, but it was cheap, and I said, sure, why not? But yeah, I don't think there's a thing in this book that I'm going to stitch. So there is that. And then I was watching Cindy last week before last, in the recent past, and so she was showing this, cross-stitch garden off that she had purchased, and then of course there were the pansies, and so that sold it for me. So I wandered off to Amazon before I had even finished watching Cindy's video, purchased it. It's home now, so I'm liking those pansies. I'm thinking they would be cute to just stitch and then maybe sew on some of my pansy project bags. Wouldn't that be a brilliant idea? I've just actually got to stitch some, right? Right. And then the last thing that came in the mail, excuse me, I am going to cough. So the last thing that came in the mail was the June edition of the Just Another Button Company's Button of the Month Club. Now this is part of round 1. So round 1 ran from June through June, but since I joined in November, mine will run from November through October for round 1, but I also joined year 2, which runs from June to May. So that's for a couple months, 2 buttons of the month. Anyway, packaged beautifully as usual. And can you guess what the color of the month is? Yellow, yellow, yellow. Oh, let's shake everything out, make sure everything's the way it should be. So, here are I'm a seal. Okay. Here are our beautiful yellow buttons for the month. Love these. Love these. I think I have some beautiful bags that some yellow could go on. Maybe even my Christmas bag that I showed you guys last week that I wasn't really sure what to glue on because there were blues and greens that matched buttons I had. Anyway, and so then the little bonus project is for some Luscious Lemon applique, and included in that is a little, of course the buttons are far, far away from each other, making everybody's life difficult. It's not going to cooperate, my friends. Anyway, so there's a little daisy button and a little green button to put on with your Luscious Lemon applique. So, tuck all those in. Somebody has asked me how I store all the buttons. Honestly, they're just put into, right now, they kind of keep, these are zipper top bags. So, you know, after I take this off, then I just keep them in the zipper top bags and they're all in a shoebox over there. So, not the most elegant thing, but that's what it is. That is what it is. So that is all of our stash acquisitions on the week. Flutie time! I seriously considered not doing a video this week, you guys, when I realized that I had left Pansy at work, and therefore this is going to be a pretty short one. But then I thought, no, I have a handful of new floss tubers that really should be shouted out, and I'm so grateful for all of you who have also started to shout out the Floobies. It makes me feel less bad and less responsible, so I'm still trying to not miss anybody, but if I do, hopefully one of you guys catches them, and then when you guys catch them, I catch them. So anyway, share the love. So let's start out with our new contributors to the community. First we'll start out with Fishy Fish Cross Stitch. She is an Instagrammer who is joining us on YouTube. She is working on a beautiful Elsa chart, Elsa design, which was charted by Hade. And it looks like she said she was over halfway done, and I know I've seen her post pictures of this in Stitch Mania, so it's good to see her join the Flosstube community. Keep Calm and Craft with Shelley Lewis. She is a multi-crafter who's decided to dedicate a show to cross stitch. In her first video she shares of finishes, and with one of them it was a beautiful, I think it was a golden retriever. He didn't look very Labrador, so I think he was a retriever, but anyway, a beautiful, beautiful yellow dog, handsome boy. And I've also seen some of her photos in Stitch Mania that she shared in her video, so another good one. Next one we have Sunshine Heath. She shares her finishes from Stitchrobia, Mirabilia, and Rosewood Manor. She shares a little story about them, and her stitching is absolutely beautiful. So go check her out. Simu Naya joins us from the Netherlands. She gives us the Know Your Needle Worker tag, and it looks like to be a lovely lady. It was a very short video, so go check her out. Encourage her to do more videos and share her stitching with us. Stitching Becca shares her oldest whip, which is a lovely cottage design from Anchor. She's become a Hade fan and has finished the first page of her first Hade project. So a lot of first going on for Stitching Becca in her first video. 111. Next up, I met Meredith Hatfield. She shares her whips with us. One of them was just a cute deer with the floral pattern project. She is working on a large project of her and her fiance, so one of those, take a picture, send it in, it gets charted, comes back. And it's Haid caliber. It was a big one. She finishes up with the Know Your Needleworker tag. And the last stitcher that I ran into this past week is Stitchabella. Stitchabella, yeah. She shares with us some of her whips. She says she only has 5 because that's as much as she can handle. One of which was super cute owls in really bright, fun colors, which is charted by Haid. So there are our wonderful our Floobies for the week. Alright, so for the Battle Cow Adventures, we had a great day last Saturday, I think it was, my little guild. We had enough people on. We ran a heroic dungeon for the essence. I forget what they are. Withering essence, shimmering essence, fancy pants, magical essences to upgrade our legendaries. So we got those things, and we've just been hitting them, you know, once a day as a little grill group. We got a new healer in the group, so I don't have to go heals, which I'm really grateful for because that was really stressing me out, you guys. Then we did a bunch of mythic dungeons. We did a mythic +2. We totally nailed it, but we haven't had time to try to push any of our other keys. So that was, you know, some fun times there for us on the in WoW with the Battle Cow. The last thing we're going to do for you, the 20 things, 20 random things has been going around, and I've just been adding a few here and there as I'm watching you guys, and you might say something that brings up something that reminds me. So actually, I'm going to go make a drink, and I'll be right back when my throat is properly lubricated and read a few. We're back. Strawberry Sprite, my friends. Strawberry Sprite. It's good. So, it's not actually 20 things. It's only going to be 6 things just because, as I was saying before, if something you guys said just reminded me something in the back of my head, I wrote it down. So, we will start out with, I am almost irrationally afraid of snakes. I don't like to see pictures of them. I don't like to see them in real life. I really don't like to see them in real life. I refuse to go into the reptile habitat at any zoo. No snakes, which is difficult because when I was first starting to play WoW, the area where my first character starts out, there's little grass snakes that are animated in the things, and every time I would see one of those little animated grass snakes, I'd pick up my feet and fold them up on my chair because I don't want that snake to get me. I can squish a spider, never even think about it, no problem whatsoever. Present me with a snake, I'm useless to you guys, useless. But what's interesting here is Little Snips, who talks about breeding snakes. I really want to hear about how they breed and what they do and the traits that they're breeding for and what makes a good genetic combo for the snakes. I don't want to see the snake at all, but I want to hear about the breeding of the snakes. Let's see, I am definitely a dog person. You all know that I own a cat. I don't know that I actually like the cat. I don't know that I actually love the cat. The cat and I are kind of roommates. I tolerate the cat and I take care of the cat. But I'm a dog person. I really love dogs. My sister's dog, he used to live here, but he doesn't live here now. So, well, my sister doesn't live here. She did for a while. Anyway, long story, I'm about to just totally go off on a rabbit trail, but I like how the dog greets you when you come home like he hasn't seen you in days. So I really miss dogs. When I was younger, I wanted to be a radio DJ when I grew up. How I ended up in accounting, I don't know. But anyway, radio DJing, so much so that, remember back in the 80s when mixtapes were a thing and you did your mixtapes and passed them around to your friends? I wrote and recorded little DJ intros and exits, you know, so I'd group my songs together in 3 or 4, you know, kind of carrying a theme, you know, introduce, say, okay, the last song we heard was blah, and before that blah, 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 and then, you know, introduce the next one, this is what we're going to hear, here's some trivia, yeah. Wanted to be a DJ when I was a kid. The last time I was kissed was in 1998. It's almost been 20 years. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, because apparently I am nobody's cup of tea. Alright, oh, I have my wisdom teeth. My wisdom teeth have not had to be removed. However, I do not have those molars that sit next to my wisdom teeth. Apparently when everything was growing in, it was so squished in my mouth that the doctors decided if we pull out those molars, I don't know the number of molar, but the ones right next to my wisdom teeth would grow in a-okay. And sure enough, they did. On this side, there's a little bit of a gap, you know, that food gets caught in all the time, but not terribly, you know, any more than usual. Anyway, so it's funny, depending upon when I have to go to a new dentist. Older dentists have seen that tactic before a lot of times, and they'll go, "Oh, you have your wisdom teeth, but not your molars." And I'll say, "Yep." And sometimes when I go to a dentist and it's like a newer guy, they're really confused by this. They're like, "You have your molar, you have your wisdom teeth, but not your molars?" It's kind of, it's a weird thing, but it's not a weird thing, but I have my wisdom teeth, so I guess I'm smarter than y'all that don't. Not really. And number 6, which is the last thing I've written down, is I finally learned how to do makeup when I was 40. I can't say that I do it really well, but for the first 40 years of my life, I rarely, if ever, wore makeup. And then after I learned how to do it for the first while, it was full face. It was foundation and powder and the blushers and a little contouring. Not a lot of contour, a little contouring, you know, the whole 9 yards. I've since backed it off. I usually just do eye makeup and call it good. So there you go. 6 random facts of the 20 random facts. And maybe when I think of another 6 random facts, I might add those to the pile too. So, thank you to everybody who watches and subscribes. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love the comments. I love the likes. I try to get back to you guys. Some days I do better. Some days not so much. Sylvia, I saw your comment that you made a bag but got lost somewhere in the middle. Tell me where you got lost in making your bag, and I will look at what I did for my tutorial. So hopefully you will give me some ideas on how to make it a little bit better, and I've been thinking about re-recording it because, let's face it guys, that one was kind of an all-out mess. Right. Strawberry Spite. Have one for the road. I hope you guys get plenty of time to do the stitching that you want to do this upcoming week. I hope if you got a holiday weekend coming up that it is good for you. I hope that frog stays far, far away from your house. Hugs and stitches, everybody. Bye.